Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the best experience, gear, and legendary weapon farms in Borderlands 4 to help you get yourself up to level 50 with the best gear in the game. Now, I'm just going to dive right into things first with the easiest one to do. This is going to be down here in the Riptide Grotto, the Splash Zone Encore here. Now, there's two methods, depending if you're playing with a friend or not. It's a little bit easier if you have a friend, but it's no worries if not. So we're going to go to the abandoned post here, travel your way over to this section right here. This is going to have the ammo dump, which is perfect. And especially so if you're able to farm the weapon, the Stray Sniper, because you can just stand here, hold down your fire, and your bullets are going to hunt down enemies here. This is one of the easiest ones because you don't have to really do a whole lot, and you can get a bunch of experience. And then you're going to go to the Splash Zone here and purchase this Encore. All you have to do is jump right into here. If you're playing with a friend, they can go up on top. And what's interesting is you can reset this arena just by jumping up to the top here. This fight is really easy. You can take him down in like just a couple seconds. And then you're just going to fly back over here and then reset the arena once more. So this is really simple if you're doing it single player, but if you're playing multiplayer, it's a lot faster. So it's, again, just simply jumping over here, jumping back in, he'll jump back down, and you just go away shooting at him. I'd recommend the critical hit knife and normal builds just like that. Now, the multiplayer way is you're actually going to have one person jump up over here. This is going to be the person who's going to be fighting against the boss. Just get them right up here, and then you have your other friend over there activating it. And all you have to do is just jump up in the air, and this puts you out of the arena to be able to redo it. And then you just go ahead tacking there. It's really straightforward and the easiest one here. So again, this is just right at the Splash Zone Riptide Grotto, one of the very first locations we fight at. Now for the next farm, we're actually going to go over to this section here. This actually gives you one of the best weapons and Harlow's best weapons. We're going to go to the Driller Hole. So you're first just going to start off at the low rise here and travel through. It's actually pretty quick to get there. And the best part about this farm is that it's really quick to do and you can refresh it almost instantly. There'll be a bunch of enemies here and you can fight them if you'd like to, or you can just continue to proceed forwards and just go to the boss, jump down this pit, and then there'll be this purple ball here. You're just going to pull yourself into this. This is one of the fastest. It doesn't have a loading screen. You're going to have the Driller Hole here. What's nice, you can refresh your bullets here if you need to. You just pop that and jump down into here. And this boss drops one of the best weapons, Katagawa's Revenge. And it actually has a pretty good rate of dropping. And there's 3 other sniper rifles that it will drop. So if you're looking for those, this could be a good place to farm them. So you just go ahead here fighting against him. Not a very challenging fight overall. And the best part about this is you can check your loot. If you didn't get something that you want, all it takes is just running over to here. And then you're back right up at the start. So you can go again here, running in, grabbing the Driller Hole, and then popping back down. This is one of the fastest boss farms. It's not going to be the best for XP. He'll have 2 locations that he drops from the left or the right. It is relatively straightforward with how you go against fighting him, and there are a few additional enemies that you'll fight, but they're nothing too challenging. And then you can just run in, check your loot. Oh, and we got something there. Perfect. But he does drop some other things here. So we got ourselves a pistol. Not a very good one, but it's a free legendary. But again, what makes this so good is the fact that you can just jump right in through here easily and jump right through. Now, the weapon that he does drop, it may seem underwhelming. You can see here, it only has 2,000 DPS, and we have guns here that can do 8,000 for a sniper, but it's the special ability Stormcloud that makes it so good. And especially so if you're playing as Harlow, because she can add the bonus radiation damage from her ultimate onto this attack. Now, it is a fire attack. It has these little jellyfish that pop down and explode. We don't want to use that one. We actually want to switch it over to the shock, because this will pop up and they'll electrocute the enemy. And what's crazy is with Harlow's ability, they can actually apply massive amounts of damage and it'll just basically one-shot anything. As for our next farm, this is a chest that you can open in a limited amount of times. It's actually really easy to do. So we're going to go back to the abandoned post, and instead of going to the Splash Zone, we're going the opposite direction here over to the Still Shore. And this one also is pretty quick to get to because you can just hover off the top here and make your way over there. Now, we're going to have to exit the game, but this is really quick to do, so it doesn't really take too much time. And then we're going to make it to this little save spot here, so the active checkpoint, and we're going to run into this Still Shore. So there'll be some enemies to fight, but we're just going to go around this cliffside here. And the nice thing about this is it's one of the quickest to refresh, and there's going to be a lot of enemies, so this is good for XP as well. So you're just going to run into this village here. Again, having the Stray makes this a lot easier because you don't have to really focus on anything, you just run in and go do the fighting. So we're just going to go through, clearing out everybody, and you'll see here we got that red chest. So all you have to do is just clear out the enemy camp, and this will give you a good amount of XP alongside it. There'll be some more challenging enemies here, but yeah. And once you fight the ones that are covered in the crystals here, all you have to do is then just run over here. And this one's pretty straightforward. You will get some decent gear here. Not always guaranteed legendaries. I'd actually recommend the previous one if you're looking for legendaries, and there's a chest there. But just going to go ahead here, open this up, see what we get, hope for some. No, we just got some blues and greens. So yeah, it's the luck of the draw. But once you do that, you're then going to go in, quit your game, and quit to the main menu. and then just simply boot back into the game. And boom, we're back at the Coastal Bonescape, ready to do that all over again. So this farm, it's good for experience because there's a lot of enemies here and you can just continuously refresh them, and then sometimes those driller things will pop up. So it's a good area to go for loot. It just may be annoying if you'd rather do something with a higher yield. The other legendary farm, the previous one, is a little bit better. And I got builds for every single character, so if you're looking for something overpowered, you can check those all out on my channel here. And boom, there it is again. Pretty straightforward. Sometimes the badass they have to fight is really easily. We got a purple, there's a little bit better, a couple purples. Yeah, luck of the draw here, but if you want legendary, the previous one's a little better. Now the next one is kind of two that are close together. So there's the Horus, and there's also the Sydney Pointy Leg. So this is a driller area here. It's relatively easy to go to. Again, has the ammunition right there, save spot, so you can just pop this down. This fight is relatively easy. I like the drillers because you're going to get a lot of experience from them. So you just go ahead here, take out all the enemies, and then it's going to summon in the boss here. And then out comes the boss here. So yeah, if you got this grenade here, it can get, or this grenade launcher here, it can get pretty nutty because you can knock yourself out really easily. But we got the second wind off there, and yeah, it's pure chaotic. This fight is really useful if you have the kickballer weapon. Because yeah, then you can make this fight go down really easily. The reason I like this particular location is because of all the bandits and psychos that are really easy to take out. But yeah, the kickballer weapon there is what you saw blowing up everything. And this is also again close to the Horus boss fight, so you can just go back here and teleport to this, or fight to this, your way to this area. You'll then make your way inside here and find the Moxie's big encore. So Horus is another fight that's relatively easy. You probably remember fighting him in the main game, but he's easily farmable because you can teleport your way back really quickly. So you do want to bring a shock and a fire weapon here. He's a flyer too, so that can be annoying. The critical hit knife is undefeated in this fight though. Yeah, it does serious work. If you can get that critical hit knife with the hot slugger, you do a lot of damage. But he has a lot of different legendaries that he can drop, but he'll drop some pretty good loot pretty consistently. And as soon as you beat him, it's actually really easy to be able to get back into his arena. You just got to go back around here, similar to some of the previous ones. Pull yourself in, and then refresh your ammo. Go ahead into here, just jump straight down. And yeah, it just depends on your build. You can get some pretty crazy output. I also like the plasma coil here, as it's got the shock damage, which is going to be really good against him. So yeah, you're just going to continually keep farming him and get some pretty good loot from him. So yeah, you can see that there. Shock and then fire damage is really useful. And he actually has a pretty good rate of dropping purples as well, which is quite nice if you're looking for certain ones. And he also has a red chest here, so I should have mentioned that a little sooner, which will give you some decent loot as well. And then you can just pull yourself right straight back through. And this will refresh every single time as well. So you can get some pretty good luck with the loot here. And then just continually, it's a quick and easy one. Now the next one we're going to go to is actually starting off with the Someday Rise. And this is a really good XP one. You may have noticed this location from many of my build videos. So we're going to go down to the Foundry Freaks here, which you do have to go down in this weird path. And once you arrive, this is similar to the others. We got our Moxie sign here, and then the refresh and the ammunition is just right there. And this is a few waves of enemies. This one's really good for XP because I find that the arena that you fight in is really generous, and you can kind of spawn camp the bosses. So this is another one that I'd recommend using. The kickballer weapon here is you can get this to spread around to multiple enemies really easily. So yeah, the damage from this is pretty crazy. And you can see here, we're getting tons of XP just going away. You will down yourself often with this grenade. And then the bosses just spawn right there, so you can go ahead with, yeah, you can see there, using this gun will just destroy all of them really quickly. You do have to get this gun here, but yeah, it's worthwhile using because you can destroy all of the enemies in this arena really quickly. And yeah, we got thousands of experience, tons of loot too. I like to camp around here because this is where one of the main bosses comes out. And this one can be done repetitively, and it's super easy. I find that the grenades bounce around in really good locations to take out the enemies. So again, kickballer is the weapon you want to use for this farm in particular, and you can just go ahead, easily do it over again. And again, this gets absolutely crazy when you got the grenades that spread around to multiple enemies. If you get a critical hit knife off, yeah, you can see exactly what I'm talking about right there. Thousands of experience, and you'll get your second wins really quickly, at least. That's the nice thing about that. Throwing the grenades is also, or having the critical hit knives is super good because this will automatically have these all chain around here. You can see we're getting thousands of experience just from literally running around here. I really like this gun for doing this, but any really shotgun will work well. And yeah, that's tons of loot and experience really quickly. Now, if you want to get the Hot Slugger, which again is one of the best weapons in this entire game, which can boost your damage by 90%, we're going to go on up over to this corner here. So you got to fight the Callous Harbinger of Annihilating Death. You're going to go to the Heritage Opus here and run your way over. It is a little bit of a hike. And once you're here, you again got your ammunition there. You can just jump right down into here. And then here's the Callous Harbinger of Annihilating Death. So you do want to have a shock damage weapon. That'll make this a lot easier. This fight isn't too challenging overall. He is a really large and easy to hit body. So yeah, bring your best shock and corrosive weapons, and that'll make this fight so much easier. And then once you get the Hot Slugger, it really does boost up your overall damage. You can see that Hot Slugger just kind of took out his entire health bar. A couple purples. We'll just try this one again. But the nice thing too about this is once you finish the boss off, you can just run back here. You do get another chest here, which you can then look to see if you got anything good. And if not, you can either grab it, sell it at the vending machines, or then pull yourself back through this portal, which will then again take you back. And this is another one that's quick and easy to farm because you can just literally go run and head here and boom, go right into this boss arena. And this boss again is a bit of a pushover. So huge critical hit spot. Boom, took him down again. I'm getting some okay loot. You can get the Hot Slugger from here though, so it's worth farming him because yeah. It's an easy one. You do get a chest afterwards, decent experience as well, and one of the best weapons in the game. Next, we're going to fight the Battle Wagon. This is one you probably fought before. It's a little bit into the mid-later game. You want to go to the Snowy Wells and then make your way up to the Battle Wagon. And once you're there, there is a save spot. This one does have a little bit of a different setup because you have the Moxie's rewind here, and then your ammunition over to the left. And then we're just going to run in here. This boss is a little bit different. It's still relatively easy though, so just do your old tricks here. If you have the Hot Slugger again, that'll be much easier. And after fighting a few waves of enemies, you will get the battle tank that'll come out here, or the battle wagon. It does have two things on the side that you want to take out as well, so then you can just go ahead with that. And really easy boss fight, 7,000 experience, pretty quick and easy. It'll drop a lot of loot as well, so you can just go around here, you see lots of purples. And the waves of enemies beforehand are really easy, especially if you got a gun that ricochets around. So yeah, this is a pretty quick and easy one as well. And the final farm here to get the Kickballer weapon, which I showed off in this video, one of the most powerful weapons in this game. We have to go after Sludge Maw here. So this one, we simply just have to travel to the Someday Rise here, which is in this section of the map. And once you make your way in here, this one is a little bit weird. So there's the checkpoint here that we're going to be respawning from. If you end up going down, you're just going to drop down into here. And then the Moxie's big encore is right here in the middle. You got your ammunition there you can go and grab. And you can grab any extra items here if you want to throw them at the enemies. And then you're just going to jump down into here. So this will take us down a little slide to the boss, which has three different legendary weapons that it can drop. One of them is the Kickballer here. So Sludge Maw is a little bit of a challenging fight. But yeah, you can use some of the same strategies that we used previously to be able to take it down. So yeah, you can use the good old-fashioned throwing knife here. It does go underground. Alright, so yeah, throw the throwing knife and then go ahead with that super explosion, which this may end up being a bug and may get fixed, but yeah, it's pretty chaotic what you can do with it. And if you have the thing that gives you a 1 in 40 chance, or 40% chance to be able to do the big explosion, you can take it down a little easier. Sludge Maw can be kind of annoying to farm because they will go underground there. See, they try to do that again. But it's worth it because you can get a pretty good drop rate for legendaries. We just got, actually, what's funny is the Onion Shield is something I was going to mention because this will give you full immunity to damage for 2 seconds after an armor segment breaks, which pairs greatly with the Kickballer because you're going to blow yourself up every single time you use it. You want to look for a Kickballer specifically with this Jacob's License accessory, which will allow it to ricochet and do that crazy amount of damage. It may get nerfed, it may not, but yeah, you do want to have that Onion Shield there. I wasn't using it because it'll make this fight a lot easier. And then once you're done with this one, all you have to do to refresh it is to go pull yourself back up through here, and then boom, you got yourself this portal you can jump back through, which will take you out to the entrance again where you can go ahead doing Sludge Maw. It's worth it to get the Kickballer though, especially if you're going to be doing any type of leveling, because that, as you saw with some of those levels with multiple waves, can take them out really easily. So there is the best XP, gear, and legendary weapon farms in Borderlands 4. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next video.